Fuck JD.
Fuck JD.
Fuck JD.
As you can see, we're doing another Loudwire list. Are you excited? I'm excited.
My nipples could cut glass right now. They're so excited.
Absolutely.
Fucking hell. Here we are back on a Thursday night. Hey,
Thursday. Oh,
Thursday. Yeah. And it's some people call it St. Patty's Day, but us pagan folk know it as the snakes have survived.
Snake survival. All right.
Nonetheless, thank you all for joining us tonight.
Absolutely. All right, tonight, from our lovely, lovely friends over at Loudwire, we're doing the best metal song of each year since 1970. You know,
can't even say it with a straight face, you know?
I can't. You know, I almost think I needed a recovery session before we even get into it, so I'm running a commercial.
Preempting!
Check out this word from our sponsor, Desai's Creep Shop.
So if you like creepy, as we do, if you love horror, as we do, and you like to collect certain things that are creepy or just your favorite horror shit, Desai's Creep Shop on Etsy.com has so many amazing handmade collectibles. Anything from those awesome dolls to her t-shirt game, which is getting better.
Yeah, it is.
And all of the other really cool like resin type stuff that she does. So please check her out at Etsy.com.
Absolutely. All right. So the best metal song of each year since 1970. And I'm okay with the first one.
I'm okay with it too. I'm probably not going to be okay with what comes after it.
Agreed. So 1970, of course, the birth of awesome music. We have Black Sabbath and the song Black Sabbath. I'm okay with that. That's good.
I'm extremely good with that. It's really kicked off heavy metal as a genre right then and there.
Exactly.
And I actually feel a little bit better here for a second because there is a completely different writer. So I'm hoping this guy has half a nut or at least two to be able to deliver a much better review. So
you want to read it, brother? You want me to do it?
I'll go ahead and do it.
All right.
Why not? It all starts here. Well, that's very true. Tony Iommi's 3-note guitar riff, known as Diabolus in Musica or the Devil's Interval. True. That was the whole point of what he created with this fucking song.
Exactly.
So far, this guy's got half a brain.
I can't believe it.
I'm shocked right now.
Oh my.
Says starts the song and the album off with a feeling of dread.
Okay.
I don't know. I didn't get dread from it. I got more of a holy fucking hell. What's this? This is awesome. I mean,
yeah, but you know, not everyone is as enthusiastic about darker things as we are.
That's true, but I mean, it was the 70s. You know, witchcraft suddenly became the thing to do.
That is true. Hey, John, what's up, man?
What's happening, John? Let's see here. And Black Sabbath only gets even creepier from there. with Ozzy Osbourne's haunted vocals and Bill Ward's wild free jazz inspired drumming. Holy shit, he got it right.
I can't believe it.
I'm shocked here. And then Geezer Butler's doomy bass plunking added to the vibe. But it was his lyrics that set the tone for the album, the band, and heavy metal in general. Is it the end, my friend? Satan's coming round the bend. People running because they're scared. The people better go and beware. Which is just simply lyrics taken from the outro at the end of the song. Fine.
Right.
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully it meets his point here at the end. In the decades since, metal has gotten louder, faster, and gorier, but it's never gotten heavier or better than this. Holy fuck.
I can't believe I'm about to do this, but
there was only one other fucking time.
Yeah.
That we were able to actually give an approval.
Right?
And this one was good.
It's on the loud wire. I can't believe it.
Well, and the guy who wrote it, apparently his initials are BI.
Well, Loudwire, listen to me very loud and clear. BI needs a raise and a promotion and to write everything from now on.
Yes, throw him literally on everything. Your shit will be gold instead of being a beeb.
Exactly.
You may definitely take this next one.
All right. Now, I am going to give them a little bit of shit here just for the same band more than once in a row, but it's okay, I suppose.
Sabbath did put out a massive, amazing track every year, so.
Right. I mean, yeah. So, 1971, they're Black Sabbath and the song Sweet Leaf off of Master of Reality. Okay, let's see what they say about it. There's a lot to love with Sweet Leaf. It's an ode to marijuana that features heavy, sludgy riffs, shredding lead breaks, and wild drum fills. Okay, I'm okay with that.
Kind of running the mill, but all right.
All right, so yeah, Sweet Leaf is the blueprint for what we now refer to as stoner rock. And as the good fight for national legal, blah, 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 who gives a shit? They're kind of getting political a little bit with it, talking about legalization of marijuana and stuff. And it's like, what's that have to do with anything?
I could tell you right now from every fucking Sabbath interview I ever read or listened to, they were never fighting for its legalization. They wrote the fucking song because they love to smoke.
Exactly.
You know, Ozzy and them were just like, we want the smoke. Gotta have that smoke. That's what they were talking about.
Exactly.
They didn't give a shit about legalization. Them motherfuckers were gonna smoke that shit no matter what anybody said.
Exactly.
It was the 70s.
Come the fuck on. Not to mention, they literally hardly talked about what the song even sounds like. I mean, they mentioned it, but not enough, and then focus too much on bullshit.
I don't know why they're adding the words in there. I don't know. This one was a bit of a beeb and a half.
Agreed. Agreed. Moving on.
Sabbath right after eating tacos.
All right, your turn, brother.
Oh, what a surprise. Now, I have to say one thing.
Okay.
The 70s had more than just Black Sabbath, just saying.
I mean, that is definitely very true.
Sabbath, near and dear to me, the godfathers, grandfathers, whatever you want to call them of metal.
Yeah.
But if they're going to literally legit go the whole decade with just them and not mention Judas Priest, Motorhead, any of the other titans of the 70s that were metal, favorites.
Yeah.
Something's fucking wrong with them.
However, I'm very happy they picked this song because look at what the runner-up is.
You know what? And I was just about to say that. You stole that from my head. Runner-up was Deep Purple, Smoke on the Water. I'm glad you didn't pick that one.
Agreed.
Because Supernaut is definitely fucking heavy as shit. That whole album,
Oh,
that
yeah.
Volume 4 is like one of my favorite albums by them.
Agreed.
Erudite critics? What?
What?
What is he trying to say?
What?
Erudite? Is
Hang
that how
on.
you say that?
I need to look up what the fuck this even means.
Let's do that right quick before I continue this little shit fest.
Having or showing great knowledge is what that means. You couldn't have just said that, I don't know, like the word smart or intelligent or something.
Yeah, well, here's the funny thing, because it says the erudite critics, or they must know everything, may point to Blue Cheer MC5 and the Stooges as pioneers of proto metal.
What the fuck is proto metal?
Proto? Is that like a astronaut fucking?
What the fuck does that
protons need to converge with the other protons and get busy. I don't know what the fuck that means. Proto metal. Shut it. My goodness. Okay. And they may be right, he says. Okay, this guy's on my shit list already.
Yeah.
But metal didn't earn its blackened stripes until Black Sabbath erupted on the scene and forged the path for the yet-to-be-named genre. Okay, that's true, but like I just mentioned, like two other major bands that came out in the 70s that were metal all the fucking way. So, all right, that's
okay.
fine.
So apparently proto metal's actually a thing. I just looked it up.
What the fuck is proto metal? Is that kind of like dodo metal?
Definition. Proto metal or proto aggressive music heavy rock is a musical genre of classic rock that it only applied to a period in the late 60s in the US and UK.
Really? Like, so they're using it in the 70s.
Combination of blues rock with psychedelic rock.
Okay. Well, Sabbath wasn't exactly psychedelic.
No, not really.
They were far out there, but
yeah,
you know, not like that.
I think they were trying to be intelligent with their words and
dropped the ball.
Didn't get it right. Doesn't surprise me.
So Supernaut from Sabbath's fourth straight classic, Volume 4 is a monolith of euphoria and drug-dazed abandon. Okay, we all know that Snowblind was about the fact that they were all snorting fucking cocaine.
Exactly.
They didn't apologize for it and didn't want sympathy. So take that one and shove it right up your fucking pie hole.
Yeah.
But that's not what the whole record was about.
No.
Gods. One of the top fucking tracks off of that record is Changes.
Mm-hmm.
Which is about the fact that Ozzy's first wife and him got divorced.
Right.
This guy's just a dumbass. I can't wait to see who wrote this piece of shit.
Hey.
All right. So it says guitarist Tony Iommi leads the barrage with a psychedelic bluesy lick that becomes the main jam out motif of the song. So what he's trying to say there is it starts off with a really cool, like, wah-wah pedal riff. Down, 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 down. I mean, everybody got down to that fucking song.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And he's playing it down, and that's stupid.
Yeah.
Equally powerful in the granite solid riff that drives the verses, which are a rife with trippy imagery.
Huh?
Of course, he has to take another lyric out of the song to prove his little stupid fucking small dick opinion.
Look, if I want like psychedelic and trippy, I'm gonna go listen to like the drug era of the Beatles, okay? This is
or not Jimi fucking Hendrix.
Yeah, exactly. This is
or the Doors.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Just because Ozzy's famous for being fucked up doesn't mean you got to constantly bring it back to the forefront.
Exactly.
So I'm not even going to read that. So
No.
And bassist Geezer Butler's loose mid-song fills, coupled with Bill Ward's wild tribal percussion, takes the number further into the stratosphere. JW, you suck.
Yeah.
My elbow's really starting to warm up now.
I understand.
Because guess what happens next?
Wow. 4 years.
Who would have known?
Really? Again? I can't believe it. You know what? My elbow's itching too, brother. I'm going for it.
That's it. That's it.
That's it.
You just got the elbow drop of doom. So they decide to pick Sabbath again.
Again.
Now, at this point, it's 1974.
Mm-hmm.
4 years before the Misfits started their career.
That is true.
Judas Priest has a record coming out in 1 more year. So it's like, how far are they going to stretch Sabbath out for the whole decade of the 70s? This is ridiculous. All right.
Oh, honestly, I kind of wish they stretched it out a little bit longer.
Oh, no. Did they pick some real fucking turds?
Well, after Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, then they move on to Deep Purple.
That's because everyone... Oh, God. The lead singer... he was like the bona fide let's get high and fuck guy. All the women back then just fawned over this guy because of his long hair and all this shit. Dirty kind of dude. And I mean, he had a good voice. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But they were not heavy at
all. I don't even know if I really call them metal. Do you? No, they're
rock at best.
At best. So, but this is supposed to be metal song of each year. Come on, Loudwire. Come on.
So let me go ahead and open up this can of Beebs here on Sabbath Bloody Sabbath before we get to that fucking... I don't even know what to call it. Anyway, Black Sabbath had succumbed to a lot of bad habits. Here we go again.
Oh,
big boy. Fucking surprise. Sabbath is all on drugs. They all were.
Yeah.
Even the more hailed than thou fucking Led Zeppelin were all fucking drunk or drugged out of their heads.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we have to keep saying this? I
don't know.
Okay, so after that, I'm skipping that whole goddamn sentence because it's ridiculous. Oh, man. And then he has to say that by that time, they were so just whacked out of their heads that their creative juices, they just couldn't write anything that they thought was good enough. Now, I actually heard a live interview with Iommi about that. He said that everything that he tried to come up with, it just wasn't as good as the previous album. Drugs did not have anything to do with that.
No.
There was not a serious problem until the Never Say Die album. So fuck you, and you don't seem to know your Sabbath history. Goodness. Anyway, so it says, but a change of scenery from the Hollywood Hills to a haunted English castle, true. They decided, Hollywood Hills was just not the place to record their record. That's, and they weren't even used to that. That wasn't their fucking thing. Right. Anytime Sabbath wrote something great, it was back in England.
Exactly.
So it says, and eventually, not surprisingly, stoked the fires of Iommi's Riff Factory. True, because they got back to roots, kind of like their, I don't know, the scenery that just helped them be more creative. I don't know. And this is by far, and he's right here. It says producing one of their most iconic songs. This song, hailed by critics, was what they said was Sabbath's finest moment. And I have to agree because Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, the song is fucking sick.
It definitely is.
So yeah, and they said the highlight of arguably the final classic LP of the Ozzy era. Fuck you. Oh.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Do we have to?
You know what's sad about this?
That the runner-up
was Queen's Stone Cold Crazy.
See, I wouldn't call that metal either, but it's arguably way better.
Way better, way rockier.
Mm-hmm.
So
let's see what our good friend JD, let's see what he says about Deep Purple Burn.
Fuck JD.
Fuck JD. Sorry, Glenn Hughes, you wrote a metal song. No. While the high-singing, hard-plucking Deep Purple newbie preferred R&B, funk, and soul, as did Purple singer the equally fresh-faced David Coverdale, the title track to Purple MK3's first effort is, well, a burner. Richie Blackmore roaring into a guitar intro to Burn is reintroduced again and again, and each time the band charges harder and with more vigor, making it the most unrelenting song in the Purple catalog, and a billowing signal that even in their third incarnation, Purple still had something to say. What?
Do you feel like you learned anything about the song?
No, I feel like this. What the flying fuck was that?
This is fucking awful.
Awful.
What in the utter fuck? Okay. All right. So one thing about the David Coverdale portion of Deep Purple, because their other singer just couldn't keep his dick in his pants. Whatever. Coverdale went on to create Whitesnake. So definitely his singing on this song was stellar. It's one of my more favorite eras of Deep Purple.
Right.
But I mean, nothing against Richie Blackmore. Guy's fantastic fucking guitar player. But it wasn't heavy. It was just fucking catchy.
Big difference, asswipe.
It was a radio hit. Nothing more. Does it have anything to do with metal? Fucking hell no, it does not.
No, it does not.
And yes, John, I am still upset about my shit after the peeps. Yes. And no, it wasn't sparkly like a unicorn, so I was let down.
Oh. That's disappointing.
We ate one that was called Sparkly Peeps or something like that. So both of us thought, oh wow, our shit's gonna be all cute and sparkly. I'm like, it better look like a unicorn. No, it looked like a dead Sasquatch covered in barbecue sauce. I'm still recovering.
I got diarrhea.
That's awesome.
Shit.
Much like JD's review just now. So.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. They actually hit it up pretty good this time.
I'm shocked.
Little did they know somebody by the name of Ronnie James Dio put out a grand spanking fantastic fucking song with the band Rainbow.
You're damn right he fucking did.
Everybody knows Man on the Silver Mountain. It was the first time you heard this like ungodly, awesome voice that commanded millions.
Absolutely.
Oof. The runner-up was Symptom of the Universe by Sabbath. Great classic. But for once, they didn't go back and try to, reuse the same band again. Oh, this is going to be real interesting. Oh, no. Okay. So by 1975, heavy metal had been around for a half a decade.
Hang on. That is so unnecessary to fucking say.
It's not even true.
No, it's not. It's not true. B, you just said that heavy metal basically started in 1970 with Sabbath. So, of course, this is 1975. It's been half a decade. You don't need to say that.
It's redundant.
Very
but
much
apparently, he's so stupid that he thinks everybody that reads whatever he writes is stupid too. So I guess he felt the need to teach. I don't know.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
Oh, it gets worse. What?
Exactly. So, original instigators were faltering even the holy trinity of Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, not Deep Purple, not.
No.
Who out there that ever wrote anything on the subject said that was the holy trinity of metal? Zeppelin
Are you fucking kidding?
Was hippie rock.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing more.
No.
With some blues thrown in there, here and there.
Yeah.
That was it.
That's it.
Nobody hears, and thinks heavy metal. No!
Absolutely fucking not.
Sounds like somebody was fist fucking Robert Plant. That's what I think of when I hear it. And I like Zeppelin, but they ain't metal.
No, absolutely not.
Oh, an injection of fresh blood was sorely needed. Deep Purple founder and guitar god, Richie Black, guitar god, he
God? Says. I don't know about that.
He is nowhere near on the level of Randy Rhoads and fucking
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
So there's a massive beam on your head for that comment alone.
Yep.
Who was initially comprised of 4/5 of American boogie rockers Elf.
Who?
Who the fuck is Elf?
I don't know, but I think he's sitting there eating, spaghetti with maple syrup on it.
He must be talking about. He must have been like fucking on the snow himself, and saw some magical elf from the Keebler commercial, and oh, me cookies. Nobody knows who the fuck Elf is, so why even reference that?
Okay. I guess it was. I just looked it up. American rock band founded in 1967 by Ronnie James Dio, Doug Thaler, Gary Driscoll, and guitarist Nicky Pantis and David Feinstein.
That was Dio's first band?
Yep.
Huh. See, as a lot of the history tells.
Originally known as the Electric Elves, but shortened to the Elves, and then shortened to Elf.
They couldn't decide if they were all living in the same hut. Are we all going to make cookies, or is it just going to be runny?
Anyway.
I don't know. The history books have always kind of said it that Dio wasn't discovered until Rainbow.
That is definitely true.
So I don't know. I guess maybe he just looked further back and wanted to sound like he knew some shit. I don't know.
I think so.
But anyway. So he goes on to say, but one of those members was a singer named Ronnie James Dio. And together with Blackmore, he would orchestrate a brand new strain of metal. Again, assholes, metal wasn't really even created.
Yeah.
This is all speculation. I'm telling you right now. There's nobody who was alive and went to these concerts saying heavy metal and wearing heavy metal t-shirts. No. They were fucking newer versions of hippies with super long goddamn hair and smoking a lot of dope. So what?
Exactly.
That don't make it metal. That makes it fun.
Agreed.
Well, anyways, characterized by epic compositions and fantasy-based lyrics, Man on the Silver Mountain, the lead track from the band's debut album not only signaled a new start for Blackmore, gives a fuck, but it also introduced one of metal's most iconic vocalists. That's the only thing in this review that makes any fucking sense.
Agreed. The rest of it is complete garbage. It is. It doesn't make any goddamn sense, and no one gives a flying fuck about any of it. How about you say something about the song?
I wanted to hear him say something like his dark angelic voice or something like that.
I feel like a goddamn broken record. I really do. But how many more times am I going to have to say, tell us what it sounds like. Tell us what makes this song great. Don't give me a goddamn history lesson that's not relevant.
It's not relevant to any new person reading this
No.
list to even think to want to go back and check it out.
No.
Morons. I'm telling you,
Morons.
you need to start a masterclass on how to write.
I really do. I really do.
Okay, so I'm actually surprised.
I am too.
On this next one, because I totally thought that they were going to leave Judas Priest out of the fold in the 70s.
I was starting to think they were going to do it too. All right, let's see what they say. 1976 Judas Priest, Victim of Changes. Oh, dude.
Like it?
I mean, I don't like what this asshole's saying.
That's what I'm saying.
After releasing their poorly mixed and largely uninspiring debut, Rock-a-Rolla, in 1974, Judas Priest more than made up for any lost ground with their sophomore album, Sad Wings of Destiny.
Now, here's where he went wrong.
In addition to featuring the classics The Ripper, Genocide, and Tyrant, the record sported one of the first and best prog metal epics.
There's nothing proggy about that song.
No.
The thing about Judas Priest when they released that first record was it was still, they were trying to be too psychedelic like everybody else, and they had a shitty producer. That's true. Not their fault, the producer's fault. So what they did was they threw all that psychedelic shit to the side and said, let's just fucking rock. And this is when we actually have the makings of what Judas Priest was about to become. Couldn't he have just said that?
I mean, he goes on to kind of say that. Opening the album and clocking in at a then lengthy 7 minutes and 54 seconds, the track exhibited Priest's new, heavier direction, a combination of propulsive, classic rock rhythms, and Sabbathy riffs. What?
There's nothing Sabbathy about that song.
Absolutely.
Or that record.
No, not at all.
Halford, Ozzy. Halford, Ozzy. There is a distinct difference between those two bastards that sing.
The song is comprised of about 7 distinct parts, yet it never seems overblown.
Did that tell you anything? Anything at all?
No, it didn't. And it might be Priest's finest moment. All the elements are there. The opening with the twin guitar attack, the infectious riffs, and Halford's wailing vocals. There's also some blues jamming and also Halford's underrated lower register. Timeless. Thank you, Chris.
Underrated?
Yeah, his underrated lower register type vocals.
Halford has never been described as having anything but a super wide range from low to mid to high.
Until now, by this asswipe.
JW must be sucking JD's dick or something. I don't know.
If your first name starts with a J, you just shouldn't write about metal. That's all there is to it.
Automatically, you're going to become a t-shirt on 3 Witches.
Yep.
And yes, I agree with Chris also. And I hope AC/DC somehow does get mentioned because the original versus what it became, 2 different things.
Agreed.
Yes.
Moving on. Oh, goodness.
They picked the Scorpions. And the runner-up was Judas Priest's Sinner. What? The Scorpions came out in the 70s. They didn't have a fucking clue of what metal was and couldn't even sing in English.
Seriously.
They didn't start singing in English until the 80s hit.
No, they didn't.
That's my Schwarzenegger's brain. Like,
I feel that.
oh my goodness. Okay. And let me just say, before I even get into this chicanery,
Mm.
it literally says nothing about the song.
Nope, it doesn't.
For the
Oh,
most
my
part, the
goodness.
Scorpions' 1977 album, Taken by Force, leans more towards the poppier side of metal. That's because they were rock.
Exactly.
A horrible kind of version of like a harder rock kind of sound because they just didn't have themselves together yet.
Exactly. Come on.
Oh, this is great. Sales of Karen, which is the track that we're actually talking about here, is an exception. It is easily the heaviest cut from that album.
Okay.
Uli John Roth's solo from this song is credited as one of Kirk Hammett's biggest influences. Fuck Metallica. Who cares?
Metallica. Fuck Metallica.
Why do we have to say that? Just because Kirk Dammit says this is a great solo, you should go and listen to it. Fuck off. No.
Agreed. No, nine, nada, yet.
Yeah. And then he goes on to say Metallica's lead guitarist has cited his obsession with learning the solo as a formative moment in his life. Does that tell you anything about the song?
Nothing.
It doesn't say it fucking rocks. It doesn't. Just because Kirk Hammett likes the solo doesn't make it heavy.
No, absolutely not. Come on.
Or even tell you anything about the song at all. Oh, goodness. Here we go. As if that wasn't enough. Testament and Yngwie Malmsteen have covered the song. It's an underrated moment in the Scorpions' career, but one of their most important.
Who gives a fuck if anyone's covered it?
What does that have to do with the song?
It doesn't.
You just told the reader to go listen to their versions.
Yeah.
Doesn't make it metal. Sorry.
On that note, I need a mental health break for a second. So I'm gonna run a commercial.
Wolfhawk ain't too far behind, let me tell you.
Agreed. Check out this word from our sponsor at Royal 10.
Do it. So, as a matter of fact, if you guys have been peeled to either Reaper's Underground or on Terror Crew or on Instagram, Black Tar, they just released a hoodie of Black Tar Superstar. So that design you saw is now a hoodie that was actually in the commercial. So they're coming up with some seriously sick, awesome shit, man.
Hell
Anything
yeah.
from classic horror, custom horror designs, and then of course they have a band wing of ambassadors. So check them out, royal10.com. I mean royal10clothing.com. No, they're not naked, I swear. Oh. So they go and repeat themselves for 1978. What?
Yep. Yeah.
So they go back to Priest. And who would have guessed Priest beat out Priest?
Come on, man.
The runner-up was the same fucking band.
I guarantee there were other bands putting out good shit in 1978.
Big fucking time. There was a wonderful, excellent band who single-handedly created black metal known as Merciful Fate.
Yeah.
Guess who was right behind them? Venom.
Mm-hmm.
End of the 70s. Do your fucking history correct.
Well, then again, this one's by JD, so what do we expect?
Oh, I'm not surprised.
No, me neither.
The only thing that I'm worried about is what he actually has to say.
Oh goodness, I feel like the earth is going to be shaking
through it. So, anyways, the song is Hellbent for Leather.
Okay.
Great fucking tune. Everybody loved it. It was high energy, rocking. Now, This is all JD had to say, but that's not what the fucker does. In 78, hard rock and heavy metal had been around for nearly a decade.
Here we go again.
I knew that was going to be a thorn in your side there.
Oh, yeah.
but with the release of Stained Class, Judas Priest defined metal's look and sound. Hellbent for Leather was more than just a song. It was a mission statement. Because what comes after that, I'm not going to read.
Oh, just do it. Do it.
That's not what the fucking song was about.
No, it's not. It's really not.
And it honestly doesn't tell the listener anything about the song itself.
No, it doesn't.
This fucking dumbass straight up got no class about himself or anything. Remember, controversy is this guy's famous thing that he always writes about.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, studded leather gear and leather accessories from S&M shops became the image to unify the budding new genre and its headbanging followers. You're an asshole.
Agreed.
That was not Judas Priest's idea at all.
No, absolutely not.
And you know who he's attacking? Rob.
Mm-hmm.
Please let Wolf Hawk out of his cage, please.
Will do. Come on.
Fucking Stinkfest. That's what that was.
Agreed.
Okay.
Okay.
So we cap off the 70s perfectly.
Agreed. I'm shocked.
Yes! And they beat out the Scorpions.
Thank fuck. At least I will actually call them metal.
That's right. Fucking Lemmy the Demigod and Motorhead with Overkill, which is one of the most beloved fucking Motorhead songs next to Ace of Spades, you know. Says Overkill is one of those songs that can be identified with a mere second. Filthy Taylor's insane fast opening drum fill is iconic. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's what we want to know.
Yeah.
Motorhead have always created a strange brew of early rock and roll, punk, and garage rock. However, Overkill is pure, undiluted speed metal. Very true, actually.
Very true.
It's a very fast track.
Oh, for sure.
The 3 fake out endings are also brilliant to the touch. That's a great line right there. Okay.
That is great.
I'll give him the golf clap. Golf clap of doom. The band's way of teasing the listener and saying, you thought we were done. Nah. We've still got more and we're never tiring out. The song's legacy doesn't end with Motorhead. Don't ask me why this, but in the 80s, it was what inspired a couple of now legendary thrashers from New Jersey to call themselves the band Overkill. So fucking true. This was a very, very, very well written review. Thank you for not fucking it up.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, I'm about to get so mad.
Oh no! Not only
We
the
all know
song, but
what
look who
happens
wrote
when
it.
JD writes about Ozzy.
I got diarrhea.
Do you want to take this one?
Oh sure, I guess. I'm
This is
gonna
gonna
cry.
hurt.
This is
It's
gonna
gonna
hurt.
hurt.
It's gonna hurt so bad. So first of all right, 1980, Ozzy Osbourne, Crazy Train. You know, I love that song. It's a great song, but there's better things on that album.
For sure. The opening track of the album, I Don't Know, is
Oh, do we have to read
way
this?
fucking iconic.
Do we have to read this? Sacked by Black Sabbath, Ozzy's future was in doubt, but with some encouraging from Sharon Arter, the later Mrs. Osbourne, he cut a solo record, landing the Randy Rhoads' Crazy Train. The second track on Ozzy's solo debut, The Blizzard of Oz, is a revolutionary exercise in speed metal guitar filled with neoclassical lead work that inspired a generation to take a more technical approach to guitar?
There is no speed metal in Randy Rhoads' fucking guitar playing. The guy was a genius. He played that fucking thing like he was Chopin.
Agreed.
On a violin or a
Speed
piano,
metal?
whatever the fuck, Paganini, you name them.
I'm
Speed metal. You
speed
should be
metal.
ashamed of yourself.
6-string heroics aside, this is one of the band's best and most popular songs in the Osbourne canon. Though Randy Rhoads' career was tragically cut short after 25 years on the planet, and after only recording 4 albums, his legacy is set in stone, and this song is a big reason why.
His death was one of the biggest blows to heavy metal. And like we said, what to expect from Mr. JD. He's got to bring out every bad thing that has ever happened to Ozzy's career. When Loudwire chose the song for their fucking list to kick off the decade of the 80s. So let him loose again.
Gladly.
Shit can this guy. Please, Loudwire,
Please.
if you're listening, if you're watching, get rid of him. He's a dumb shit.
He really is.
Did that really explain the track?
Not at all.
No. Now, this is interesting.
It is.
So in 81, and I believe this is right before Bruce Dickinson joined. So this should be the original lead singer, I believe, if I'm correct.
We'll see.
Well, anyways, the runner-up was Over the Mountain by Ozzy, which was one of Ozzy's best vocal performances ever.
Agreed.
On Diary of a Madman. That album, by far, is my favorite.
Agreed.
The only track from their second record, Killers, that Iron Maiden still regularly include in their set, Wrathchild, is an effective bridge between the punchy punk-influenced songs the band performed with, vocalist Paul Di'Anno, and the more dramatic and anthemic material they've played with Dickinson. So yeah, this is Paul Di'Anno. Wrathchild features trademark galloping Steve Harris bass lines. True. Some pyrotechnic lead and rhythm guitars and a simple shout-along chorus. At 2 minutes and 55 seconds, Wrathchild swoops down, wreaks havoc, and departs like the wrathful rogue in the song. Actually, this is decent. It's not too bad.
I don't like their use of the word pyrotechnic, but other than that,
he definitely could have used a better word to describe the dual, harmonized leads and all that stuff.
Agreed.
Obviously,
but
he's not a musician, so he don't know shit.
Clearly.
Still, it not bad, and it wasn't JD, so.
Up next, I guess we have a double shot of Maiden, 1982 Iron Maiden, Hallowed Be Thy Name, with runner-up Iron Maiden, The Number of the Beast.
I see a peculiar trend happening again.
I do too. The very definition of heavy metal epic, Hallowed Be Thy Name, encapsulates every key ingredient that constitutes Iron Maiden's signature sound. The melody, the power, the prog-like precision, and the cathartic speed metal gallop, plus the evocative lyrics blending history, fantasy, and adventure. In a career defined by lengthy, ambitious compositions, arguably no other Maiden masterpiece achieves such a perfect balance. Hallowed Be Thy Name does it without overstaying its welcome.
Again, not bad. Maybe a bit wordy, but I mean, at least it tells you about the fucking song.
Yeah.
A little. I would have said something along the lines of what the song was actually about.
Yeah.
Just a little. You know what's crazy? They don't mention Nico McBrain, the drummer, the powerhouse behind that band. He has been the constant drummer the entire career of fucking Iron Maiden. Unreal. But we'll give you an honorable mention. How about that?
Yeah.
Woo woo! 1983.
Hell yeah.
Look at you go.
Thank you for picking that, not the runner-up.
Oh, yeah. I'm like,
I've had enough Maiden for a hot minute, so thank you for going with Dio.
Yes. Ronnie James Dio steps out from the shadows, swoops in, and saves us all. There's, especially at a point in metal's evolution, that there were only a couple of subgenres within it that were constant. Like it was just keep hitting you in the face, hit you in the face, hit you in the face. Dio comes out and brings a different kind of heavy.
Unfortunately, this was written by JD, so we'll see how this goes.
Well, I can already tell you that the whole first part of the paragraph is about how he was once in Rainbow, stepping into helping Black Sabbath and forming his own band. Okay.
Big fucking whoop. Everyone who knows anything about the history of metal knows about that.
I mean, yeah, if you want a history lesson, go fucking read it somewhere.
If you want a history lesson, read a book about the history of metal. They exist. I've got a few of them. Okay? Okay.
And I really hate to say it. The rest of this has nothing to do with the song.
It doesn't at all.
So I'm skipping it.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, hell.
Can we just skip it? Do we have to talk about them?
All right, let's just say this. 1984, Metallica did a great song on one of their much better albums called Creeping Death on Ride the Lightning, end quote.
End quote. Thank you. Goodbye. Next. All right. 19.
Okay. Interesting.
I'm okay with that.
I would have been more okay with the runner-up.
I agree.
Fucking Anthrax!
Right?
But how did you pass them up for fucking Exodus? Don't get me wrong. Exodus is great. I got love for them. But Anthrax, man, they were just really killing it at this time.
I definitely agree. All right. So let's see what this guy says. When thrash started to come into its own in the 1980s, Exodus were perhaps the only American band at the time to really rival Slayer in brutality and for the ferociousness.
Ferocity, yeah.
It wasn't just their violent, energetic performance that helped shape their legacy. It was also the straight-up, no-frills heaviness they brought to the table. I'm okay with that.
Does it tell you anything about the goddamn song?
I mean, not really. Well, every song from Bonded by Blood was a gem. Strike of the Beast was the most vicious, both lyrically and musically. When Exodus guitar songwriter Gary Holt first joined Slayer, in fact, they started including the song in their sets, and it is the most Slayer-esque moment in Exodus's discography. It's fast, it squeals, and the lyrics are fucking terrifying.
All of that I agree with, and this should now be a soundbite for our show. What the fuck does that have to do with the song?
Exactly.
God damn it. And this was from a guy we praised earlier for writing a good review.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to have to revoke his player card.
I mean, he's 1 for 2. We'll see how it goes. We'll see if he, redeems himself later. Yeah.
For sure.
I had such high hopes. I really did.
I did too. Okay. So Rain and Blood, as we know, is probably Slayer's biggest fucking album. South of Heaven is also really big. I'm surprised they never referenced it.
Yeah.
But Rain and Blood is the one that sticks out in everybody's minds because of Angel of Death. The runner-up was Metallica, Master of Puppets.
No.
Which was their last great album. Just saying.
Agreed.
As usual, Slayer's motivation is far more vicious in the case. The song chronicles the horrors of, I'm not going to say that. That's fine. That's great. Yeah. That does not describe the vocals, the guitar, the bass, the drums.
No, it doesn't.
So, moving on.
Agreed.
The whole rest of that is about that shit.
I mean, it briefly talks about the song itself, but...
Well, that's pretty brief.
For fuck's sake. Yeah, okay, that's enough of that. Moving on.
Told you.
I would have picked the runner-up on this one.
Let's see, my thing got fucked up a little bit.
1987 Death, the song Zombie Ritual, runner-up King Diamond Abigail. I would have gone Diamond.
I would have gone Diamond too, just because at this particular point in time, Diamond was the king of what was known as horror metal.
Exactly.
There was no such thing as horror metal until him. So, but here's where I'm conflicted. This is also the time that the brilliant Chuck Schuldiner, who created death metal in the band Death, and they're talking about Zombie Ritual from Scream Bloody Gore. By far, probably one of their best records. Some might argue with me, but this one was something special. So it says, the ultimate achievement of Death's career was that they continually drove, defined, and created death metal. Duh! We know that!
Really?
It says, however, in 87, Chuck Schuldiner's peerless musical journey was only just beginning. That's true.
Yeah.
But is that important? No.
No.
So I'm going to skip to where he actually talks about the fucking song.
I like that idea.
Me too. Here, Death led thrash's transition into death metal by beefing up the older style raw speed with thicker, chunkier guitars, more technique and tempo changes, and the new genre's signature growl.
Okay.
No song illustrates this tipping point better than Zombie Ritual, which brings the best of all worlds together. Honestly, all he had to say was, this is probably the defining death metal tune that really set the tone for the genre. That's all.
That's all we needed. That's all we wanted.
Not all this backstory shit. Oh, fuck off. I would have much rather have taken South of Heaven by Slayer over this goddamn song that won't go away. And the band themselves retire, go away.
Oh, hell no. Oh, goodness. So the song is One by Metallica, and I'm not reading 90% of this.
Please don't.
However, claiming that it ends with a full-on thrash riff,
It does.
it does. At least you got one piece of it right.
Yep.
But it's still crap.
The rest, ladies and gentlemen out there in Three Witches Land, the writers focusing on where they got the inspiration for the song. That has nothing to do with whether or not it rocks.
No, it doesn't.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Oh, wow. Oh, I am shocked.
I am too.
Morbid Angel. Those of you, John.
Yes.
So they decided to actually choose Morbid Angel, which at this part of the decade, the very end, they just peppered the scene with open fire, all guns blazing, ferocious, awesome, taking death metal another step forward.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see here. We don't need to talk about 86. Okay, properly released on the Altars of Madness debut, this song demonstrated a razor-edge sense of death metal finesse. Trey Azagoth's heaving, erupting guitar playing cemented him as the pillar of the U.S. scene that would soon break worldwide. Blasphemous and priest-crushing Chapel of Ghouls opened up new possibilities as the extreme genre gradually found its foothold. Now, granted, JD wrote this piece of shit.
Honestly, that's probably the best thing he's ever written.
I would have to say so. He gets a finger tap. He doesn't get the full golf.
No.
He gets the finger tap.
The finger tap.
Oh, I was wondering when they were going to bring these guys up.
Absolutely. So do you think we should go up until 1995 because I'll be about halfway through the list?
Yeah, we can do that. We'll just paraphrase a lot.
I'm good with that. Luckily, ER is going to make that easy on this one. He didn't have much to say.
Literally.
Nothing
to say about the song.
And the song is Megadeth Holy Wars, The Punishment Due.
Yes.
I'm good with that song being on here. He legit gives us one run-on sentence of crap. So,
something about Marty Friedman joined the band and they got better.
I'm going to preemptively Wolf Hulk here for a second.
Oh, please do.
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking Enter Sandman?
I mean, that song has become the biggest joked fucking cover song in a billion different type of music.
Yeah.
It is a fucking joke.
It's a fucking joke.
I don't care if they sold millions of copies off of this thing. I'm sorry. That's not Metallica.
No.
That's four guys pretending to be Metallica.
Yeah.
You ain't going to change my mind. I don't care.
No.
Anybody out there, you can tell me how much money they make. I don't give a fuck. They sold themselves out. Yep. They sold out their original sound and everything that made them fucking amazing for this shit.
Next.
Yep. Finally.
Oh, I would have picked a runner-up.
But that's not metal, though.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
It's industrial.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
So if it was an industrial list, I'd be like, fuck yeah, Nine Inch Nails.
Yeah, okay. Okay, that's fair. That song just doesn't ever get any love, though.
Oh, I think it did. It got love
What?
more so in the industrial like
No,
community.
yeah.
And I
No.
believe the video was badass. So
I mean, that's true. Anyway, we're not talking about that. We're talking about Pantera, Mouth for War.
oh, what a killer fucking song.
Absolutely.
Anytime you felt like you were just getting kicked in the nugs for being who you are, what you believe, whatever, this song was all about taking it to them with a lead pipe.
Yup.
And
Let's see
cracking
what
some fucking
they say
skulls.
about it.
Oh, who wrote this? Okay, ER.
Okay.
I got
At the
hope.
time when heavy metal had its back against the wall, fighting a seamlessly hopeless battle against grunge and alt rock, Pantera proudly waved the metal flag. You could have said that in a less dorky manner, but okay.
Exactly. I feel the same way.
Yes, the Texan group had wasted years peddling second-rate hair metal that nobody cared for, with 1990s cowboys from hell, Phil Anselmo, Diamond Darrell, Rex Rocker, and Vinnie Paul reinvented both themselves and metal.
They did.
They did.
Why do they have to bring up the fact that they were a glam band first?
They don't.
It's got literally nothing to do with the fact of the song that we're talking about.
Then, 2 years later, came their coup de grace via the aptly named vulgar display of power, slaying listeners without mercy via iconic tracks like Walk Fucking Hostile and the fierce, brutal, and altogether now determined Mouth for War. You didn't tell me a goddamn thing about this song.
You shit the bed, my man. You shit the bed.
Holy shit.
Oh, now I'm really shocked.
Shocked. Wrong song. But, okay.
You know they were going to go with the hit.
Oh, but it's supposed to be best, not, most played, most popular.
It's Loudwire, though.
Oh, don't remind me.
That's what they do, man. They pick fucking hit songs.
I know they do. I mean, come on, though. I mean,
you know it and I know it. Everybody out there watching knows it.
At least it's on there. 1993, Typo Negative, Black #1. Okay, at least you picked Typo. I'll give them some love for that.
Gave them love to Typo because they had to recognize the amazingness.
And we have almost nothing about the song. From the ashes of Carnivore rose Typo Negative, a gothic metal outfit that is one of the few spin-off bands become more successful than the group it spun off from. What makes them so special is they transcend genres, appealing to punks, metalheads, and hardcore crowds despite their melodic sound. Black #1 is a goth party classic that always have everyone in the room singing, with the late Peter Steele loving yous like loving the dead.
Nicely written.
That is actually nice. It doesn't say much about the song itself, but you know what? I'll let it slide. It's okay.
At least it wasn't like unintelligible and like didn't even pinpoint anything from the band. So
yeah,
give them that.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I probably would pick, Blood and Fire. That's probably honestly my favorite track on that album.
Or Frozen.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Or their cover of Summer Breeze is badass too.
Yeah, which showed up in fucking I Know What You Did Last Summer in the beginning of the film.
Yes, it did. Anyways, moving on.
I'm glad they picked this song instead of the runner-up because a Tout Le Monde was just kind of like, why?
Agreed.
Far Beyond Driven was a galvanic, grooving, and undeniable song that kicked off the album's unrepentant assault. Yes, it did hit the Billboard charts, but they don't care. Neither do we as fans. We love the song because it made us want to break shit.
Exactly.
Everyone's felt that way. Had somebody that was just constantly digging at them and then, just kind of comes out and goes, That's it. You're done.
Yep.
So
Now we can skip ahead a bit.
very much so.
Blah 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 blah. The mid-song breakdown is a perfect blend of crunch and swing, and Dimebag's solo starts out 8 miles high and rockets into the outer limits of space and time.
Interesting.
Interesting. All right.
I swear they said that because they know he's a Ace Frehley junkie.
Yeah, agreed.
Well, that caps it off at 95.
It does.
All right. We'll have to see what lies ahead for the next few decades to the present, and what turd surprises lay within.
Yeah. I just scrolled ahead a little. I shouldn't have. I'm pissed off now.
Oh, that'll be great fuel for the next fire.
Brother, look at 1997.
Oh no. Oh, come the hell on.
But we'll save that for another day.
The entire rest of the album trumps that song.
I know.
Idiots.
Idiots.
Exactly.
On that note, I think we both need,
Therapy.
yeah, therapy, a nice pair of, fuzzy socks, and, yeah.
Emotional support ice cream.
I don't have any. Ah! On that note, have a good night, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Stay heavy.